Hi there, signs of Leo. This is Kim with your reading. This reading's going to be intended for that last half, so the last part of June. So this is what the reading's intended for. It is going to be mainly oracle. I will use some tarot to maybe clarify some of the oracle with the Osho Zen tarot, but I have a few of my oracles out today. I thought that might be interesting to see what they have to say about that time period of from now until the end of the month. So we're going to start with the Modern Goddess oracle, and let's see what your angels, your spirit guides, your higher self have to say. That's what that's the energy that's being channeled, at least for your reading. So Leo, oracle messages. Let's see what oracle messages we have for Leo. Modern Goddess oracle is first. If I can. Okay, messages for our Leos for now until the end of June. Messages for Leo from now until the end of June. Messages for Leo from now until the end of June. Oh, wow. Wow, you got the mother archetype, guys. You got the mother archetype. Okay. Rhiannon. So it's a fertile time. This is, yes, this is good energy here. Let me read the mother for you from this book. And it is Modern Goddess Oracle. The Modern Goddess Oracle. Let's see. So it could be, the symbols of this card, of course, are the pregnancy, flowers, and circles. The affirmation is, I deserve to be cared for and loved by a trusting mother. The mother archetype is represented as being in her final trimester of pregnancy, spending the whole day with family and friends in the initiation into motherhood and blessings for baby. She understands not all mothers experience pregnancy, but all mothers learn the lesson and the gift of trust in their relationships with their children. You've pulled this card today to examine how you are experiencing trust. Do you trust the people in your life? Are you worthy of trust from the people in your life? Do you trust yourself? Are you trusting your intuition? All of these questions are deep and require reflection before you move forward. Celebrate all the mothers in your life and do some fun trust exercises with your partner, close friends, or family members. Practice listening to and trusting your intuition. Yeah, so you could be, you could be pregnant with an idea too. There's different ways. So that's really the Empress energy. Or it feels like it. Okay. Rhiannon. The keyword is swiftness. You can have the symbols being a horse, apple, birds, or the sun and the moon. And it says, I manifest the right opportunities quickly. The name means great queen, connected to all realms of magic, fertility, healing, the moon, songbirds, and white horses. She's a Celtic goddess. She's come to you today as a sign of urgency. This urgency is not that of panic and fear, but you taking decisive action as soon as possible. Now is not the time to procrastinate. It is the time to get done what needs to be done. If you wait too long, an opportunity may slip through your fingers, and it may be a while before you see it come around again. If you have been experiencing delays and roadblocks, know that Rhiannon appearing in your reading will see them disappear soon. The results of your efforts will be seen rapidly, so do not delay. This says you can work with Rhiannon by leaving offerings in nature to the nature spirits in your garden, and to trust your initial feelings when making a decision. Trust your initial feelings when making a decision. Okay. All right. Moving right along. From now until the end of June 2022 for Leo. That one too, I believe. Oh, you got the number 23, which I associate that with like Page of Pentacle energy. Shield your energy. On the bottom is the mirror of that number. Shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. This is really about you being aware of what we're absorbing, and because you know the frog skin is so, you know, it's going to absorb everything. Well, it's moist as it is, but it's going to absorb very easily toxic things or situations or people. It might be talking about the way that we absorb certain foods, or maybe even certain medicines. Certain things may be acting differently towards you, towards your body, towards how you feel. And yeah, this is about getting out of a toxic environment too. Sure is. Okay. So these are the cards that I wanted to flip out for you. And this deck is called Sacred Spirit Reading Cards. Anna Stark. Lead the Way, 23, Light Your Own Path. And 35, Spiritual Evolution, Set Your Heart Free. Set your heart free. All right. Lead the Way is again another message that says really listen to your intuition, especially with this divine feminine energy that's coming out for you, so much of it. And I'm feeling the moon up there with that mother card also. I'll just add that. Yeah, lead the way. The faithful deer is a creature of deep sensitivity, same as the frog. With heightened senses, a strong fight or flight response, the deer is always alert to the environment around them. Yeah. Their swiftness to potential threats allows them to escape any danger by running away at the slightest indication. This is the readiness and the sensitivity of the deer, right? You may be needed to hold the torch for others to be guided down positive paths or in a direction that was previously hidden to them. So it's important to assist others when they do not have a light to guide them. Instinctively, you must learn to accept the changes in life and run peacefully with the flow of the universe. Yeah. The sacred crystal is Super 7. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. The archangel assistance is Archangel Nathaniel, which is meaning that Nathaniel will help you with determination, willpower, and perseverance. So we got the 9 of Wands energy here. Your affirmation is, I choose my own way forward. I am a guiding light. All very appropriate for Leo. And whatever it is that you do when you're doing you. 35, Spiritual Evolution. It's about expanding. So I think it is about change too. listening to your intuition and moving forward. It's going with some kind of goal in mind here, to evolve or to grow, right? It says sometimes you must accept an apology that you know you'll never receive. Isn't that, that's so nice. I like that. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an invisible control that has been existent over this situation. It does not mean you forget what has occurred, but it means you can no longer live without it controlling your life any longer. Removing past emotional and physical ties that are no longer serving you. Tibetan quartz. That's another interesting one. I'm going to have to look that one up. The shadow aspect of this card can be stagnation, condemnation, repetition, like having to repeat a lesson, maybe. Angel assistance, guardian angel Samuel. Health, energy, vitality, and healing from trauma. The affirmation is, as my love and experience grows, the consciousness of my spirit evolves. As my love grows, my spirit evolves. So something is evolving, something is taking a turn, a change. Okay. All right, now this deck is called the Sacred Rebels Oracle. I've had it for a while. You can tell it's kind of bowed. It's a good deck. Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. So we are going to look at this one, see what Alana has to tell us. Follow your own rhythm. Might have something to do with whatever change the spiritual evolution is talking about. Follow your own rhythm. Oh, sweet little bird. And 32, have faith in the process. You've got to have faith in the process. Faith in this process. Just a little more. $36, listening for truth. Listening for truth. On the bottom, diving for light. Whew. These are some serious energies, aren't they? Let's see here. 36, listening for truth. We'll start with that one. All right. It's talking about the feelings of what is true, having the feelings of what is true. It says it's time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of self-love and acceptance. Yeah. It says you are meant to be an agitator at times, even though you don't have to confront people about it. You don't necessarily have to say a word. Although sometimes you'll agitate in the most loving sense by unveiling truth simply through your knowings. Hold compassion for the truths that you behold, and do not use them as knives to cut another or with yourself. If you've been worn down and depressed by the lies, gossip, deceit, or backstabbing around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you now. No matter how many times and how many ways or how many tongues untruth is spoken, you know what you know in your sacred, rebellious heart. The truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. And it says, don't give up. Just open up to the healing and know that the truth always eventually prevails. Yeah. Within me, beyond all that rises and falls, only truth remains. Okay, and then faith in the process is about the courage and the strength to have the faith with something that is a process that's taking time or certain steps. As unlikely as it might seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. This is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. It can shift, bend, and move in ways that defy limitation. Yeah, so the guidance from this oracle comes directly from the greater source of life itself. There is now an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you're currently in and into the next chapter in your life story. It says, through faith, peace is restored, and you are able to know this, and probably will have some fun in the process. And the very first one that came out was this one, follow your own rhythm. Yeah. It says when something, oh, this is very, gosh, it's very dramatic oracle. It says when there is something dying within, you sense it falling away, no longer needed. You sense when it's time to rest and be patient in transition. You can feel the stirring of agitation and restlessness when new life calls you to create, act, and step forward, or to take a risk. You know that you march to your own beat, and no one else can tell you what your inner rhythms are, and you must trust in your own timing. Yeah. When the rhythm of play beats in your heart, you'll reach out to others, connect, dance, converse, sing, make music, share your wildness. You will be drawn to uplifting groups and places where you can experience a positive, energetic exchange. So releasing now the unhealthy attachment to structures, routines, and belief systems that are preventing you from accessing and honoring your inner sacred rhythms. Okay. Listen to that. We got 17. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to pull a few of these. From Osho Zen Tarot. Let's just get messages for advice from Spirit after we find out what the situation is with these cards. Faith in the process. There's two birds in there. A little red, a red wagon. There's two birds in this one. Do you see that? Two, twin flame energy possibly. Take the lead. The things that we can control and the things that we can't. The King of Swords in the reverse. Releasing the need to control, but still leading the way, if that makes sense. And releasing the need to have an outcome. Look how pretty that is. It matches. Going with the flow. That's your Ace of Cups. So, yeah, there is something that you're going to be lighting your own path. There will be a few things that just kind of unwind the way they unwind. And some things are out of our control here. But what is under our control, we definitely take take control of, in the sense that we lead the way, knowing that we can trust in this process and trust in spirit that everything will be okay. Ace of Cups is new beginning, spiritual evolution for something bigger, better. What's that faith in that process about? Here we go. It's about the source. It's about your Ace of Wands. You've got 2 aces right now, and I only plan on doing like maybe a few more cards for advice from spirit. Wow, you have to trust this new beginning. Something is truly going to be like a muse to you. Maybe you'll be somebody else's muse to them. There's something here about sparking new passion, new purpose for you. Something about new passion, new purpose. Okay. The 6 of Wands in the reverse, the 2 of Swords, the reverse. These are advice from spirit. So the advice is to, 1, keep things to yourself. What else there can be, yeah, I think that's about keeping something kind of to yourself at the moment. And the 2 of Swords in the reverse is like, it's time to decide, make a big decision. Sometimes this is about making a split. Sometimes, not always, but tell me, what else can you advise Leos? So to decide, transformation. Wow. 13, death and transformation. So something regarding a stalemate is unlocking. So that's what that's coming across to me, is like a stalemate or a block is about to be lifted. Complete change and transformation. There will be, they're saying to fight, but don't compare yourself to others, because you would be comparing yourself like, there would be no reason to, because we're all so unique and so different, here with different purposes too. So there's no comparison really. And perhaps this is about, don't be lured into a conflict. Tell me about the King of Swords in the reverse. The 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Doing something on your own. Oh my goodness, we have another 3 Empress energy. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, which is, I feel like doing something on our own. Very successful. This is going to be very successful. Tell me more about why we're doing something on our own. Lead the way on your own. Yeah, because we're leaving from the burdens of others' expectations, because we carry around others' expectations as if they were actual weight. So this is relieving the weight, or leaving a hard time for a much better, nicer time. And it will probably be beneficial for you with your pentacles, because that is definitely like you're making slow but steady progress. And that's a really good thing with your 2 aces too. So have faith in the process. This is your magic wand and this is your ace. Everything's going to work out. Ace of Cups also. So that's what I got for you guys. Thanks so much, Leo. Sending you love and light.